This was easier when you weren't along. Hey all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. Today is my second evening this week to really get a chance to come and do a little bit of work. I guess it was 2 days in a row because yesterday it was pouring down rain outside, and I decided to go ahead and come on over to the building and try to do a little bit of work inside before dinner. I managed to get off work and at a decent time. I still had a little bit of daylight, but it was running short, so I came over here and did a little bit of work. Because of the shortness of the daylight though, I didn't really record anything. So I've done a little bit of work today, and I wanted to sort of show you what's going on, and I'm making some progress. So right now I'm working on putting the fake beam up. You can see one side here. So I figured out my angles after a little trial and error. Thankfully I didn't ruin any boards, but I've got that 1x8 cut to the angle. I then stopped and I came up to the top and made my 8x8 square that the ceiling fan is going to mount to. And then I did the same thing over here. I disconnected all my electrical, which I said I would do. So I disconnected it. Well, you can't see it, but I'll show you in a second with a different one. Got it cut and installed to there. Now that beam right there is just sitting there. The reason it's sitting there is once I got these done, I was able to just duplicate them. Made 4 copies and everything worked great. These two are just barely different, and all I did here because of the angles is I was able to just set them up there and let gravity hold them. So what I did over here, I had it looking like that last night, and all I did just a minute ago is move that board from one side to the other to make sure it's the exact same cut. I didn't want to chance ruining a board. Okay, the one other thing I was going to show you is on this board. So I had to make these notches on these boards because of the electrical running through that section. So I just notched them. This one I had to... Oh yeah, this one I didn't actually need that long notch because the cable's higher up and it's against the roof. So all I needed to do here was just make me a nice little section for that cable to go through. I've made some spacers just to help spacing those out, and I've screwed the 1x8s into the spacers. That one I was just a little short. It's just decorative. That's not doing anything, so I'm not too worried about that. That'll probably actually come out. I just put it there for some spacing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I've got that one done and put in. And so what I'm doing now is making sure this board fits. So there it is right there. That's how it was. Had to make a couple of notches because of some nails sticking through the roof. But it fit there just fine. So I just needed to know, will that same cut work on this side? So I popped the board out. Come on. This was easier when you weren't along. So what I did is I popped the board out, and then all I need to do is slide it in here and make sure it's going to work great. And it is. So on this side, I just need to duplicate this exact same board, except for I don't need the little knockouts for those nails. So I'm going to take one of these and make a copy, put one more support in on this side because I don't have one. I've got one up there, but I don't have one on this side. So I need to put one more support in on this side so I can screw these in. And then I've also been using a 1x8 to make sure that my spacing is good and I'm not messing anything up. Because that's all I need is to mess stuff up. Once I get this side up, I'll do the same thing on the other side. I was having slightly more difficulty on that side because of the electric cable. I really need to use 1x's and I don't have a whole lot. So I'm wanting to watch the scraps for my 1x's. But once I get this board taken care of, I think I will be good to keep going. Before I put the top on, I will put insulation in that as well. At the moment, I'm just trying to get this framing taken care of. So again, those two boards are not attached yet. Those right there. And on this side, just the back one is not attached. But as you can see, I have the makings of a faux beam. The only thing left to do is to finish attaching them. Now that I know, I may have to trim that one just a little bit. I'll put the bottom up, but I won't do that until I get the electrical box installed right there on the top. I've got a board already cut to go there, and so I will cut a hole out for the electrical box, the ceiling fan mount, and it's made to attach to the boards, and so I will attach it to the 2x4 up there. I'll probably have to build it out just a little bit, so with some 2x4s, so that it will support the ceiling fan without any issues. But that's it. I believe my bride would like to go get some food, and so I think that's going to be it for tonight. And tomorrow, Saturday, I am taking some pictures for my nephew for his senior pictures. So I don't know how much work I'll get done. I'll get some done. I'd love to finish off the beam. That would make me very excited. Anyway, I better go comb my hair and take my bride out for some food. So until next time, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.